Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. Happy Sunday evening for all of us on the eastern side of the world, east coast of North America. I know it's kind of late for any of my UK people. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do a daytime live stream sometime soon. So catch you guys at a better time. But hello, hello. I see Pam's in the chat. Hello. And Rain Moon. Hello, hello. I know we have a few other people coming. It was a very last minute, again, live stream. So we'll have to see if we get a few. I definitely need to get on a schedule to get so that you guys know when these are happening. And I am really, really trying to work towards getting that kind of a consistent schedule, not just only for live streams, but also for just videos. So this way you guys know, maybe, I'm really hoping I can get to twice a week at some point. So twice a week videos, and then, every couple weeks doing a live stream. We'll see. But I'm hoping to get to there. I'm not there yet. Things are very hectic here still. So we're doing them as we have time right now. So hello, Deanne. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Hello. This is what we're painting today. So this is one of the new designs. This is our new lighthouse design. I think it's called the Luminous Lighthouse. So we have this. I am going to be using the gallery glass again today. So these guys, I am going to be using them just because I want to. I actually was planning to make this into a video, but we're going to do it on the live stream. And I may do something similar for the video, but more experimenting and testing and stuff like that. So right now we're just gonna see what we can do and get some colors on here and see how it looks. Hey Joanne, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Yes, so Joanne is back on the West Coast. So this is actually, you get the benefit, it's a little bit earlier where you are. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to be working towards getting some schedules together, but getting into the holiday season, of course, that's going to be tricky. So we'll see. If it doesn't happen before the holidays, it'll definitely happen soon after. My plan is to get myself completely scheduled and organized for the new year. So, but anyways, like I said, we're going to be working on this piece today, and we're going to be using gallery glass. So I designed this with a really big kind of light beam happening in the sky, but I don't want it all to be just like yellow or anything like that. So we do have yellow, which is super bright. And then we're going to try to do some mixing, I think, to make some of the other colors that we want. And that's something I want to test now. I want to see if we can mix some colors. Again, this will be separate, a different piece I'll do, and we'll be doing something similar where we're mixing colors to see what we get. So this is what I have here, unless you guys think we shouldn't do gallery glass today. I think we should, and the main reason why is because this is actually a broken acrylic. So this was Jocelyn's not here in the chat today, but Jocelyn had ordered a couple of these, and this was one of hers actually. And when I pasted it, I kind of messed it up a little bit. So I was trying to push this border edge out, and then I broke it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it actually broke. So now it became a sample test piece for me to use, and I'm making her another one. So yeah, and I think I actually am going to make the border on this one a little bit thicker, because I didn't actually, this is the first one that's broken since I started adding the clear acrylic to the back. So I think we'll look at maybe making sure the borders are a little bit stronger on them. Yeah. Anyways, but it still makes a good test piece, which is what we're going to be using it for today. So what do you guys think? Gallery glass? Should we just use that? I do have my resin dyes here, and I do have my Duraclear varnish if we want to do that. But again, because we have this broken piece, I think the gallery glass is going to work a little better to kind of forgive us for that you know, that broken edge. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. It doesn't want to, you know, stay in place. So, all right. So let me know how things are going where you guys are as we get started here today. How's the weather where you are? It was beautiful here last week, and now it's freezing again. We're getting ready. We're fully getting into our fall weather now, and yeah. But I know where Pam is. It's probably beautifully sunny and warm, and probably even where Joanne is. You guys are on the West Coast, so I'm sure you guys have some warmer weather than what we have here. But let me know what you have for weather-wise, and just anything exciting that's going on with you guys right now. Let me know. We will be using some blues. I have a lot of different blues actually. So what's interesting is that I bought these from my local, just like my Michael's store, and oh, I should have checked. Can you guys hear me? I'm assuming you can because nobody said I can't hear you. Just let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I'm assuming you guys can, but if you can't, let me know. Let's put them on this side actually. So I've been buying these from my local Michael's, and I kind of thought these were all the colors that they had, like that were available. Rainy here but warm. Nice. I guess that's how you guys kind of experience the fall, right, Joanne? It's more rainy weather. And I thought these were it, but then I was on a website just kind of searching around. I actually did a Google search to see monsoon rain. Oh my gosh. Ugh, Deanne, I'm so sorry. Monsoon rain. That's scary. And I thought there's, like I said, I was just kind of Googling to see if there's other colors, and there's a ton, like an absolute ton of other colors. So, but a lot of them are not easily accessible for me here in Canada. Sweet. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you for letting me know. So there's a lot of other colors, but unfortunately we don't easily find them here in Canada. So, oops. It's a dried piece. So, I might still try to get some from the US. I have a cousin that's going to be visiting, so I may get her to bring me some. But we're also going to try to mix some colors because we're going to see if we can make our own as well. And now remember, I'm sure you guys saw my last video where I made I painted the poppies, and I wanted to get a darker red, so I was using the ruby red, and I added oh, I just knocked my camera, sorry. The black onyx and even some of the cocoa brown, and it didn't really do anything with changing the red color. So maybe it's just a ratio thing. So I have to try to, I mean, it did change the color when I was mixing it in terms of like with a wet paint, but it didn't change the color when it dried. 91 degrees, sunny and lovely. Yes, yes. So yeah, so I want to do that. So like I said, I think we're going to have the opportunity here to kind of do some really cool effects. And I think what I want to do, like I said, I want to have it kind of be super bright here for the light beam. But then as it goes around, I want to have different shades of yellows, oranges, maybe a little bit of pinks, maybe some sky blues, like so to kind of as it fades off into the sky. So that's my idea. I have no idea if it's going to work. I haven't even concept tested it or anything. And then we do have water down here, and we do have the hill. So we're just going to be experimenting. And I think the gallery glass makes it a little bit easier to experiment with, just because we do have these nozzles, so we can just kind of go in. And even if I don't, and I know these colors don't, like if you, let's say, put this pink in here, and then you put whatever this holiday berry is, and then you kind of swirl them, I know they don't blend. At least not in my past experience, they don't blend. They tend to kind of hold their own space. So then the effect will be that you'll actually see exactly where you tried to blend it, but it doesn't actually blend, which I think could be really cool for things like the water. If we want to have kind of a ripply wave effect, we could use many of the different blues and greens within the same area and then see what kind of effect we get there. So this video is going to be us painting, and then we have to let it dry and then it'll be probably either on my Instagram or somewhere that in probably shorts, that I will show what the final result is. We won't see the final result today, but we will have the adventure of seeing what we can do. All right, so let's get started. So let's go with the easy one. I need some paper towels. Let me grab my paper towel. Has anybody started, if you celebrate Christmas, have you started your Christmas shopping? I have not. I'm just gonna say that now. I know there's still people who want to get through Halloween first. So my kids are having a Halloween thing this weekend, or sorry, next week. Yeah, Thursday or Friday. I think Halloween is Thursday, but I think my daughter is having a get together on Friday. So my daughter is doing something. And my other daughter is doing a photo shoot because she's kind of as a hobby, she does photography. So she wants to do kind of a cute little photo shoot with her friends for Halloween. So she's doing that. I'm not a huge Halloween person personally. I did it. I did the thing with the kids and stuff like that, and it was always like that. But I'm not one of those people who like goes all out and decorates, the outside and stuff like that. We give out candy. We do the basics when it comes to Halloween. Christmas a little bit more than that, but all right. So let's start off easy. And we're gonna figure out the blues later. But oh yeah, so like I said, if you're in the US, you're gonna probably, if you do a search, if you decide you want to start using gallery glass, you're probably gonna find a lot more options for colors than what I have here. So keep that in mind. That if you don't want to mix your colors, or if I'm totally unsuccessful in mixing colors today, then there are the options of other colors out there besides what's here. So let's start off easy, and we'll do the stripes. So we'll do, should we do red stripes here and white, white, white? I think that's what it is. I think that's how I designed it. I don't know if it matters, but let's do that. So we'll just do the red in here. And I can feel like it's clogging up. Now that's the only downfall with these nozzles, just like any of the other ones, is that they do sometimes get clogged. So I just use, and this is where I always get my hands completely messy. Up in here. Something on my hand. All right, so I just use a pin, and I'll just try to push out whatever it is that's causing the problem. Oops. Oh my gosh. One's real stuck. Same. I'm always a late shopper. Yeah, you know what, Pam? I'm always a late shopper myself. I mean, I've tried, and I'll always, every year, I'll do a couple, and I'm going to feel super accomplished because I started early, but I'm still always going to be that person who is still getting gifts like the day before. So there'll be always someone I forgot or something. That is always going to be, I think, the case. Or there'll be something extra I want to get for someone or whatever. Okay, I'm making a huge mess here. Let's see if I can use some. Oh my gosh. You see, I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's the chunk I just pulled out of the nozzles. So, I mean, I guess best practice would be to clean the nozzles after you use them. I'm not going to ever remember to do that. So I will usually leave it a chance to see, you know, if there's a problem, and if there is, then I will deal with clearing it. So, okay, let's try. I think I got for the most of it anyway. And now I'm gonna have to move this because every time I have a messy tissue next to me, I'm gonna stick my elbow into it. So, all right. I think we're okay now. So let's do that. So and you guys remember probably from the video that this looks super pink. This is the same color I used in the poppies, so it was super clean. We're all the same, Pam. Yep, I think that's probably. I mean, I have a cousin. She lives in the US, and she and her mother are the most organized people I've ever known, and she has her shopping done, like done, wrapped under the tree, just like weeks, if not a month before Christmas. And I don't know how she does it, and I'm just like, it's always a mystery to me, because I'm like, how do you know for sure that's, because she buys throughout the year. So I'm always like, how do you know for sure that that's what you want to get someone? What happens if they decide to tell you last minute, you know, or like a month before Christmas that they want something else than what you've already bought, and they don't know what you bought, but you know what you bought. And then they say, oh, you know, especially with kids, to say, you know, oh, by the way, my kids are like bad for that. They'll, uh-oh, I lost my, it's fuzzy. Come down here. Hello? There we go. They'll tell me last minute, they'll be like, oh, you know what I just saw and I want for Christmas? And then I'm like, oh, okay. So for me, that's part of the reason, but not the full reason. The full reason, I'm sure, is just because I procrastinate too much. So, all right, so we have that. And now the rest of the colors on here, we're just going to make up, because I don't actually remember what they should be. So, we should do, I think these are gray. And I don't really, I have the black, and the black turned out gray the last time I used it. So maybe we'll try that. Do a bit of black in there. And same here. It's fine if it's black, I think. And then also here. Here. Okay, and I'm gonna do red. I think. Oh, that felt like it splashed. Do red in here just to spread that color around a little bit. And we'll do red in here. Same reason. And I do have my brush with me so that we can try to make sure that is that white? No, it's not. So we make sure, we'll try to minimize any chance of bubbles as well. And I don't remember what I want to do here. Am I, okay, you guys can see. Okay, I thought I was causing the camera to be blurry again. I don't know when I want to do that. I'm going to leave it right now. Not sure. What was the white you were using? The same brand. Yep, it's Gallery Glass Snow White. There's the other one that I used in the other video was the Crystal Clear. So just know that there's two. So the white is literally, I'm assuming, white. And then the Crystal Clear will drive clear. So just make sure you read the bottle, because they look pretty identical. So where'd my brush go? Here it is. A little toothpick would also work here. You don't have to use the brush. Or again, a pin or something. You don't really... Oh, and I already did all the stuff that I took. I already did what I mentioned in the video where, you know, I was talking about how you should squeeze your acrylic pieces together. Like if you have the clear backers, just make sure you flip it over, look at the back and squeeze them together. I did all that before we started the live just to kind of get things to move a little bit faster. But yeah, so I think that's a really important step. Maybe not as important with certain types of materials. Ooh, speaking of which, Joanne, can I show what you sent me today? I really want to share with the class what you did, because it looked, what you did looked absolutely amazing. And it's something I was really hoping someone would try, because I don't know if I'll get around to be able to make a video. I hope I will at some point, but you did it and it looks awesome. Okay, so I think I got those. Is this looking okay? Can you guys see it? I was debating of getting the light table behind it, but I don't really think it's going to help with the gallery glass until it dries. So that's why I didn't do it today. I think the white hopefully is enough. And then I have this bit of a shine. So when we get down here, I might have to push everything up. But absolutely. Okay, yay. Let's look at what Joanne made because it was awesome. She sent it to me today, actually. Let me find it. Okay, good. Joanne. Okay. So Joanne, I'm going to show some of the other photos first. So Joanne messaged me and she said that before resin art, she used to do a lot of beading. And so she had all these beads that were left over, and she really wanted to try using the beads on the acrylics. So I'm rereading your message just to double check if I got my information right. So I'll show you a close-up that she sent of the beads that she was using. So you can see here that she was using beads, like all different colors and shapes and sizes of beads. Nadia, are you going to edge the top of some of the waves with the white? Maybe. Yeah, when we get to the waves, I definitely want to do kind of some streaking effects, hopefully, to see what it looks like when it dries. Because obviously gallery glass is new to me, so we're going to experiment and see what we get. So yeah, we're definitely going to try to do something cool. And like I said, I'll post, once we do all this today, I have to let it dry. Pretty much last time I had to let it dry for like 24 hours or a little bit more. So if I don't post it tomorrow, that means it's not dry yet. And I'll post it the next day, which is Tuesday. But I'll post it once it's dry so you guys can see how it turned out. Okay, so that was the beads. And okay, so she did the crescent moon lotus. So this is the flower portion of the crescent moon lotus. Oh, is it gonna focus? There we go. So the crescent moon lotus, so she used the pink beads in there. And this is the whole piece. So look at that. Look how amazing that turned out. So, and those were all just little beads. And Joanne, I'm assuming you used probably gloss varnish or some sort of glue to to put in all the beads on here, I'm guessing. But you let us know. But yeah, so look how cool that turned out. And it's just, I can only imagine how shimmery this is going to be in the sunlight. Yep, it's right here. Here's the full piece. So, and even the different color variations within everything, just chef's kiss. It's awesome. I love it. It looks amazing. And if you even want to get more tedious and complicated, you can definitely, if you had your beads separated in different colors, you could even treat it as shading. So you could put darker beads on the inner edges and then lighter beads to the outer edges. I mean, if you really wanted to go like all out gloss varnish, okay, that's what I figured. So then you could definitely do that. But even just this, it gives it that mosaic feel, which is awesome, and I think is perfect with these acrylic silhouettes as well. So anyways, yes, give Joanne all the kudos in the chat because she deserves them. That was awesome. And again, this is what I love about creating the silhouettes, because they're so versatile that we can do so much with them. And if my phone can go, sorry, my camera can go back. If I vibrate the table, it seems like it helps it. I think it's maybe, hopefully that's enough. Can we go down here? Is it actually? I think it's back in focus. Okay. So yeah, that's what I really like about it, is that you can do so much with these. So if you want to make mosaic, because I know Pam did something with some crystals at one point too, that it just gives it just gives everybody you know, many different crafty ideas you can do with these. It doesn't just have to be paint or resin or things like that. So all right, so let's do our brightest yellow in here just to kind of get ourselves started with yellow. So I'm going to do 1/2 of this. Should I do both? Maybe I just do both. So we have our light, and then the beam where it starts is there. So we'll do, and then this one should also be super bright as well. And maybe even this one here, super bright. Okay. So, and then I'm probably going to do, I want it to kind of have some areas where we have the yellow as well. And again, I'm just winging it here because I don't actually know. I kind of had a vision in my mind when I created this design, like when I was sketching it, but I didn't actually add colors at any point to really kind of verify what I had in my mind. So we shall see. So yeah, so I want to just pick some areas to have as yellow. Let's do this big one here too. And probably this. We'll do this guy. And then we'll do this guy. And I think that probably should be good. Should I do this one? I'll just do that too. Just so we have our most intense yellow here at the main beam area. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have that. And then, okay, so I think, so we also have, I didn't actually try this color. So we have this color called Peach Tea, and we have a color called Amber. Now, amber does dry more, sorry, it does dry more brown-ish. You can kind of see on the top, I think, here. It's kind of more brown. I meant to do that swatch, and I still need to do it. So we will be doing that as well soon. This one I think is not going to be right either. I do want to put some orange, so maybe I should do that. Do a couple spots of bright orange, and then we're going to mix the yellow and the orange together to get ourselves... Sorry guys, I don't know if it keeps getting blurry because I'm waving my hands about above. There, oh, there we go. Okay, so let's get some orange bits in here. If you guys have any suggestions on colors, feel free to put them in the chat as well, because like I said, I think we want to do a bunch of different colors where we're kind of somewhat fading towards the blue sky or something. kind of bluish on the edges. Let's see, let's do the orange here. And we'll do an orange. I feel like here and here, maybe. Okay, so that's our orange. And okay, so let's do our first mix. So, and again, when I do this, I'm not going to put it into a squeeze bottle just because I don't really want to. I'm just gonna try to mix. So I'm gonna take the yellow and the orange, and so this is sunny yellow and pumpkin orange. And I'm gonna try to mix it. And we're gonna see later at some point what we get. So I'm going to put a lot of yellow. And I'm going to put some orange, because the darker colors usually kind of overpower the lighter colors. So, and I don't have a mixing stick here. We're just going to do that. So let's see. Let's see what this color combination maybe gives us. Like, actually, it's kind of the color I want. It's like kind of a yellow. It's in the middle. It's almost like maybe a tangerine, but it's more yellowy. So that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a blended color. So it looks good wet. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. But this is the kind of effect I wanted, where we're going to have a multitude of shades and variances of the colors. I'm actually going to take that color and put it around a bit as well. So we'll do here. And I did mix up quite a bit of it so that I can put it around. I think we'll do, oh, well, that one dropped into place. I was deciding between this one and this one, and it kind of chose itself. So there you go. And then we'll do here, I think. And do here. Have any of you guys tried gallery glass before? I can't remember. You guys might have told me in the comments of the video, but let me know again. Hello, hello, welcome. Let me know if you guys have, and what was your experience with it, because I did have some people messaging me or commenting on other videos that I've done saying that they really liked the gallery glass. So that's kind of what, you know, kind of got me back into trying it again, because I was like, okay, well, a lot of other people have had success with it, and having the nozzles really does seem to make things a lot easier. So what else? Let's do this big spot right here. Uh-oh, I dropped some in my white. I have not tried it yet. Do you think you might want to try it, Pam? Or I know you're using the Pebeo vitriol paint, And I know you're really liking those, but would you try? Do you think you'd want to try gallery glass? I mean, and honestly, it's still, the Pebeo paints are still my absolute favorite to use for stained glass. But I'm finding that maybe, like when I'm doing my hand painted, no, nobody has tried it. Okay, great. So since you haven't tried it, did you guys watch the Poppy video? And what was your thoughts of how the gallery glass turned out in the Poppy video? Because obviously, excuse me, obviously I commented on it in the video that it wasn't as transparent as the Pebeo paints, or even as transparent as the gloss varnish with resin dyes that I also use. So for me, I know that's something that's just more of a preference. That I like the transparency. It's in your Amazon save for later. Oh, that list on my Amazon account is very, very long. But so like I said, I really do like the transparency. But I did have some people comment that they've actually done real stained glass, like they took a stained glass class, and that the result of the Poppy piece actually was even more reminiscent, because it was a little bit more opaque, because the glass was stained glass usually, especially the ones that have texture or design in them, is more opaque. So she was telling me that that was more realistic. So I think definitely there is a a market for both. So, and it just comes down to what you like and what the final piece is going to look like. Because this gallery glass definitely gives you that texture. So if you're looking for those waves or kind of some sort of texture in your stained glass pieces, then this is definitely going to give you that. But again, it's going to be a little bit more opaque than the Pebeo paints. So for me, I think when I'm doing my hand painting, I definitely am going to continue using my 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 Pebeo paint or the Duraclear gloss varnish, and the resin dye, because I like on my pieces, the hand painted pieces, to be super transparent. Just the color, but the transparency is like really obvious. But on the silhouettes, I'm actually starting to lean on the side that maybe the gallery, again, this is all going to be based upon whether or not we have success with mixing colors and some other things that I want to do in the next video that comes out. It's going to be a lot of testing with gallery glass to see if we can kind of get some really cool effects with it. But I do think the nozzles with the gallery glass is actually, and even the finish with the with the silhouettes, is kind of make me leaning towards that for these pieces. But again, it all comes down to your personal preference. Obviously, these also look amazing with the Pebeo paints, because the Pebeo paints make everything look amazing. But I think, like, I definitely, so here, I guess the final thing comes down to for me is, I don't know if I would use gallery glass in my hand painted stained glass, because I think the texture and the thickness of these paints and the unpredictability of what the colors turn out like would make it so that I wasn't really sure about it. Whereas with these, I think I think they can look, at least the way the Poppy piece turned out, I think it looked really cool. So any case, that's, I do think there's going to be, you know, pros and cons to both. Like the con for Pebeo paints with the silhouettes, the one thing I don't like as much is that the Pebeo, for the silhouettes specifically, nothing against again the Pebeo paints, but for the silhouettes specifically, that the Pebeo paints are super flat, right? So they're thin and they flatten, they level out, which is what I love for my hand painted pieces. But for the silhouettes, it's kind of nice when the paint's a bit raised, because of the depth of the silhouettes. It's nice when the paint kind of raises as well a little bit, which is, I think, why I was kind of leaning a little bit more that way. Whereas with the the Pebeo paints, it sits so flat, it kind of makes the silhouette look like it needs something else to fill in the gaps a bit, like adding resin or something to top to kind of fill it. So exactly, Deanne, you're exactly, that's my long-winded way of saying exactly what you said in a short sentence. Is that I think every paint has its place, and I do think that the gallery glass actually works really well if you're okay with the fact that it's a bit more opaque for the silhouettes. So, all right, so, oh, again, let's just put it there since it seems like it wants to go there. All right, I do want to, I might have to mix some more. I think I want to do a couple coming out, so just so we kind of blend this out a little bit more. So let's make a little bit more here. I can actually see, I can see actually using both types of paint. Yes, absolutely. That's another thing too. Now with the gallery glass, like I said, you are going to notice if you're using the gallery glass and you're using the Pebeo paints in the same piece, you're definitely going to notice the height difference of the paint. Like I said, the gallery glass is thicker and the Pebeo paint is thinner. So you're definitely going to notice that difference on the pieces. So I don't think I have the poppy piece. No, I don't have the poppy piece down here right now. So I can't show you the comparison. But again, and it's not really an issue. It's just something that I've noticed with the silhouettes and the Pebeo paints. I still love, again, the transparency. So there's nothing about that that's a problem. It's just the gallery glass might be a little bit more suited just for the terms, the texture and the thickness of the paint. So another thing I actually want to try, maybe, but I'm not sure, is obviously acrylic, like acrylic paint or something a little bit more that's not actually meant, like not transparent. I want to try, I think I want to try like how this is looking non-transparent right now. I kind of also look like how this looks. And I do want to try some where we do something like this as well. And once it's dry, see how that looks, if we like it. Those don't necessarily have to be pieces that are put in windows and used as stained glass for like sun catchers, but we could even use these as something that we just paint and we put them, you know, as on a canvas or something like that. All right, let's continue here. So I kind of want to put it here, but then I kind of don't. I kind of want to do something else there. So let's do it here, I think. And let's do it here. And again, I probably could blend some colors here, but we'll look at that for some of the other ones. And I'll do one here. I feel like we need something here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now, oops. Okay, so there's a couple of ways we can go here. I was kind of thinking to put in some, again, we could use colors like this, but then adding maybe a bit of pink to it to kind of have almost like a sunset, like a evening sky or evening or early morning sky where we have some, because we're going to have blue in the water and we'll have probably grays or browns in the rocks that are here. So, I mean, this could be green as well if you want to treat it as green grass, but I think I'm going to treat it as rocks, like stones. So, and then we have the blue water here and a little bit over here. This is all water. So I'm kind of thinking I want this to have more pinks in it. Pinks and the oranges in it to kind of make like a night, like a sunset type of thing. So we have this. I'm going to keep that. I want to do probably something similar, but add a bit of pink to it and see what that looks like. Kind of like a coral, kind of going towards a coral color. And then maybe we fade out to something even more pink. So let's try, that's a lot. It says rosy pink, but it looks like it dries pretty dark. So I'm gonna go a little easy on that there. Our orange. So have you guys been working on any fun projects? I know some of you for sure have the silhouettes, but are you working on, are you working on those, or are you working on some other pieces? We saw what Joanne was working on. Do you guys have anything else you want to share with class in terms of things that you're working on, or anything exciting you want to try? I have a bunch of videos that I want to make. I'm just hoping to find a bit of time. Okay, so we have this color here. On camera, it seems like it looks kind of like a fleshy color, but it's not. Maybe I'll just add a bit more pink. It's kind of got that coral type color. Well, that guy's gonna... Okay. There we go. Okay, add a bit more there. There we go. It's a bit more corally. Let's try that. Okay. I don't know if you can even really tell, but it does look, so if we put them side by side, you can see that they're different, even though they may, I mean, this is what is so interesting to me, is what is this going to look like when it's dry? Like, I really don't know. And I mean, it's interesting, but also scary, because I don't know what is going to happen here. So, I mean, it might look amazing or it might look terrible. I mean, it's literally a 50-50 here. Don't know. So, and that's the reason why I want to do some experiments with these, because, you know, we did a lot of experimenting with the gloss varnish. Hey Dee Dee, how are you? Welcome, welcome. We're doing a little painting tonight. Let us know how things are in your area. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put these paints. So we're doing the lighthouse today. So, because it was one of the pieces, like most pieces when I'm drawing them, like kind of creating the design, I have in mind what I think will look nice in terms of like when it's painted, having colors and things like that added to it. And I was kind of thinking this for this, but I actually never tried it to actually add color. So I don't know. Pam, I had several custom orders. Oh, nice. After my yearly 3-day art show. Hoping to get back to stained glass painting silhouettes this week. Oh, that's awesome. So can I ask what you did for your custom orders? Like, what kind of things are they asking you to do for them? That's exciting. And you have an annual 3-day art show. And how did the art show go? Is it like a resin art show, or what were you showcasing there? Because that sounds like a lot of fun. I know this time of year it's really busy for art shows and things like that. So it's a lot of fun. You get a lot of Christmas crafty stuff happening and a lot of other things. I feel like I should have done this one. Maybe I do this one the yellow. Maybe. Let's see. I feel like maybe we do this one this color. Anybody else doing any kind of craft shows or anything coming up, or have you been doing them during the summer? We didn't actually get to do, I didn't do any craft shows this year. I was kind of thinking about it at the time, but then once, like earlier in the year, I was thinking about it. But then once we decided to launch the acrylic silhouettes, that kind of took all of my time. I was just really trying to do everything I could to you know, get these going. So I kind of put a lot of other things on the back burner, like even my painting stuff. Like I've kind of postponed it temporarily, but I will be coming back to it for sure at some point. Okay, so we can do put it here. Maybe. You know, and now that I'm kind of looking at this a little bit more closely, another thing I'll need to experiment with this gallery glass is how thick or thin we're putting it into the silhouette. Because maybe a lot of the transparency has a lot to do with that. Because I'm putting it in to almost fill it. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but I'm almost completely filling each of the areas with the paint. I'm sure if we did a thinner layer, it would probably be more transparent. So that will be something we'll have to test another time for sure. So, because that makes a lot of sense if that's the case. But let's do, I want to do a little bit of yellow on this side just to kind of get some of it because it's feeling a little off balanced right now. So we'll do that maybe here. And I want to do the orange there, I think. And just do that here, I guess. Yeah. So that seems to be a little better. And okay, so I think we're gonna go even more. Pam, art show was a mixture of mandala art, resin art, and sold some sun catchers. Woohoo! Custom, a tree of life, awesome. A trinket dish, tea light candle holders, coaster bottom resin wine glasses. Oh, I've seen those. Yeah, those are cool. Nice. Those are all. It's so you have such a variety of items. That's awesome. It keeps you. Oh, puppy here. That's awesome. So many creative things. Have you been posting all those on your Instagram? 'Cause I don't think I've seen them all, but I'll definitely have to go check it out in a bit. And Joanne, unfortunately, no. Oh, I know. Sorry, Joanne. I know. Joanne Summer. Hello, hello, welcome. See home, welcome. Is it home? Nope, horn. Sorry. Seahorn. Welcome, welcome. Joanne, unfortunately, yes. Joanne Summer, I know, we've been chatting a bit, was a little bit preoccupied with other commitments. So, Joanne, so do you normally do any holiday markets, like around Christmas time? Because maybe you can do a little bit there. To kind of at least have something before the holidays. I know it's tough, though, because a lot of people have booked those things by now. But okay, so we have this color, which is that color. So I'm going to put it, I feel like I need to put orange here and here. So let's do that. And maybe I'll do an orange here as well. So this way we just kind of round off all the close areas to the kind of brighter colors. Do that. And that. Yeah, there we go. I think that seems to work a little better. All right, so let's see what else. Let's do some more pink. So we're going to take the same shade and we're going to make it a little bit more pink. I'm kind of wondering if I should continue to kind of make it look like it's also kind of lighter in color, so it's fading a little bit too. I think that's what we should be doing. So let's see. I might add even a little bit of white to kind of start making it a little, maybe, I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with that yet. Oop. No, this guy's stuck too. All right. Oh, yeah, I can see. Oh, there we go. Pam didn't post all of them, but some are on my latest IG. Okay, I will definitely go check that out. Oh no. Seahorn. Wait, hold on. Are you the one that we were chatting on email about the Pebeo? What's your first name? I want to say Kathy, but I might be wrong. Yeah, Kathy. Okay. Kathy Horn. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, yeah. So you got them? Woo! Okay, so yeah, fuchsia pink honestly is one of my favorites. But again, I'm a fuchsia pink person. Let me double check something. I'm gonna see if I have anything else that's close to that. No. Yeah, no. Fuchsia pink is one of those. Fuchsia pink is one of those really unique colors that there's nothing else that's really close to it. There's nothing else that's really close to it in terms of what Pebeo is offering. So hopefully it will either come back in stock soon or you can find it somewhere else. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon, but again, like the pricing on Amazon can be kind of all over the place. But it's a beautiful color. So if you're able to find it at some point, definitely try it out because it's personally one of my favorites. Which again could be why it's sold out because it might be popular. But anyways, you can definitely, if you got all the other colors, I think you can definitely make some beautiful things with it. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to see what I got going on in here. There we go. Yeah, we were actually, Kathy, we were actually just, okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Yes, so yeah, I'm working on the next batch. I'm working as fast as I can on all the orders. There has been a pretty big influx of orders, which is amazing, with the holidays coming up. So, but I'm doing everything I can to get them out as fast as possible. So anything that's currently in queue, I'm hoping will be out by the end of this week. So, sorry, I'm trying to unclog this one here. Oh, sorry. So Kathy, yeah, we were just having this discussion about the different paints. So we definitely love Pebeo, and everything you paint with that will look absolutely amazing. And we love the transparency of that paint, especially on anything sun catcher related is going to look awesome. I was saying today I'm using gallery glass, and the benefit that I'm finding right now with the gallery glass is the fact that it's thicker. It's a thicker paint, and it comes in these already nozzled bottles, which makes painting these a lot easier. But honestly, thank you, Kathy. But obviously you saw that I was still using a paintbrush even with these ones because I'm mixing colors. And with the Pebeo, you would just be doing the same thing because that paint is a lot thinner than these. So you'll just use a paintbrush and it will look amazing. The gallery glass is a little bit thicker. It does end up drying with a bit of a texture, so like ripples, and it does tend to be a bit more opaque. So it really comes down to preference. If you like, some people really like the kind of more opaque, ripply glass look. I personally really like the transparent glass look. So it will come down to what you like as well. But regardless, the Pebeo paints are definitely top of the line. They're definitely going to be the best paints that you'll be able to use, in my opinion, of course. The best paint you'll be able to use for sun catchers or stained glass. I want this to be even more pink, but I'm thinking maybe this pink is not gonna be, I mean, it's gonna end up dark. I'm just wondering if I should try maybe going holiday berry. Maybe, you know what, we'll go a little bit more with this, and then we'll add this as kind of like the outer edge ones. So I just, oh, ooh, okay. We're just gonna, like I said, it's hard to tell, but, oh, okay, there's definitely more pink now. So we'll do this, and then we'll, whatever's left of this, we'll add the holiday berry, which is a darker pink, and then we'll do that for even more of the darker area, of the outer areas, just to kind of give ourselves even more drama. How about that? So it's so funny. I added so much of the pink, and it's so hard to tell that I did it, because when you put them side by side, they don't look that different. But let's see. Let's try here. I don't know if you guys can tell that. Oh, it's fuzzy again for you guys. Oh, that's my puppy. So, oh, there you go. Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm caught up on chat. Okay. So let's do, like I said, it kind of looks so similar to the one next to it, but it's just, it's so much more pink. Can you tell? No, you guys can't see it. Which is worrying me, but I think it'll dry more pink. But should it be even more pink? Maybe. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a couple, and then we'll add some more pink, and then we'll just keep going. Keep adding more until we get something interesting. So until we get it so it's super obvious that it's a different color. Oh, there's a chunk in there. So yeah, that's the one thing with the gallery glass. It does get a little bit like inside the bottle and inside the nozzle, it does tend to start to dry up. So then that's when you have to kind of go in and clean that out. So if you are going to end up trying to use them, just keep that in mind that you might either want to, I mean, I know I wouldn't do it. You could go in and clean the nozzle after you finish using it, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just wait till it gets stuck and I'm like, oh, okay, I got to fix it. So, okay, so we're going to do a pink down here. Well, this pinkish color down here. Yeah, and also with the Pebeo, as you guys know, we can see exactly what the color is immediately, which makes it so much more helpful when you're painting these, because like I said, this is going to dry completely different, and we won't know for almost a day and a half what it's going to look like. We're just, you know, living on a dream here. So yeah, so that's the kind of, for me, it's a bit of a nerve-wracking thing, a little bit, that we don't know exactly what we're going to get. So the Pebeo, lighten it? Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping, Deanne, that adding white would lighten it a bit. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, in my video, I had used the ruby red, and I had added some, not a lot, honestly, a few drops of the black onyx, and it didn't do anything to change the color. Like, I mean, it looked like it had changed the color when I mixed it in the cup, but when it actually dried, it didn't actually look like it was any different. So, like I said, so this is kind of an experiment to see exactly what's going to happen here. We can try some with white to see. We'll try something with white, maybe something down here with the white, to see if it does actually lighten it. So we'll definitely do that. All right, but I think at this point I've kind of leaned towards making this sky really bold and colorful. But you definitely could start making it look like it's fading out. which probably would look better. But we're already going this way. So, okay, so we're gonna do some of this in here. Like I said, I know it might be hard to tell on the camera, like on the video. This is quite a bit more, it's almost peachy of a pink now compared to the other color that I was using before. So I'm hoping that kind of works, but we'll see. All right, so we're gonna do that. I think we are only gonna need, well, we're only gonna need 1 or 2 more colors here for the sky. And then we can move to the water. Oops. I want to also, so I believe another thing that you could do with this, and as I think it was Dan, you were saying earlier, you could definitely, use the Pebeo paints, and you could also use certain things like the gallery glass. So for example, it would be, so the crystal clear, again, because this paint creates kind of a texture, if you for some reason want areas that are clear but it has like that ripply glass effect, you could use this for that, and then that would be a neat effect as well. I actually want to use the crystal clear, I've decided, in these areas right here where I don't really want to add any more color, because I don't really know what other color I'd want to add anyway. So we're just going to throw some of the clear in here, and we'll see how that, it's going to look white again, but I am using the clear, right? Yeah. Hello, camera. Hello, camera. Crystal clear. There you go. Let's see if it's going to refocus itself. Hello. Refocus, please. It doesn't like that I keep putting my hands in front of it and changing its focus. Okay. Okay, so I actually kind of do like how this is going. I remember that. Maybe take a bit of white and then add in tiny amounts of colors. Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely going to do that. I think I'm actually starting to think that the more I work with these paints, the more I think I might do a video just on creating a swatch for them. So where we swatch out each of the actual solid colors, and then I do exactly what I'm doing here, but as swatches where we kind of add more pink, add more pink, add more pink, or in some cases add more white, add more white, add more black. And then we kind of figure out what is the range, that we can really feel we can get. Because again, like I said, adding a couple drops didn't seem to do a whole lot to the red, but maybe, so there's a percentage like you have to add in order to, so let's say instead of maybe me adding not even a 10% of black to the red, didn't really do anything, but maybe we have to get to 25% black before it starts to really show a change. So I'm starting to really think that I need to do a video on just swatching and to see, what we, really what the possibilities are with the colors. So, and I did mention earlier, I'm not sure if you were, yeah, I think that's, Dan, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about it. So there's a huge, like when I actually, in Canada, I'm only getting these colors, the ones like the, whatever it is, like 18 or so colors I have here, easily, like from my local Michaels. But when I went online and just kind of did like a Google online search, it looks like there's many, many, many more colors that they've already pre-mixed. So they do exist in a lot of other colors. And if you're in the US, sorry, you're going to have a lot more options. We don't easily get them here. But again, I do have a cousin that's going to be visiting at some point soon. So she will likely bring, I'm just going to order a bunch and tell her to bring it for me. So then I can, have those as well, because I need to own all the colors. That's just, that's just a thing I need. Just like Kathy and I had that conversation over email. She messaged me and she said, I'm looking to order the Pebeo colors, but there's so many. Do you have them all? And I was like, yeah, I do. I have them all. You know, and there are some that you really don't need to have all because because there are some that are pretty similar, but it's just a thing. Like as an artist, I want to have all the colors at my disposal, especially, I mean, I know I can mix colors, but a lot of times if I want consistency and I want to make sure I'm getting the same color every time, then I'll own all the colors. And I still am doing all my own mixing anyway to get even more colors from that. But that's just, yes, yeah, Dan, exactly. And that was what shocked me too. And that's the reason why I use so little of the black, because normally black is, it overpowers whatever color you normally, that you normally would be mixing it with. So I went super careful with it, but it really didn't do anything. So yeah, you know what? You guys have convinced me. I will do a swatch video and we'll just see what we can do, what the range is going to be for, or what kind of percentages we have to work with when we're working with these colors. I mean, it's all fun and exciting, and I love this part of art, of experimenting and seeing what we can do. In another future video soon, I'm going to be trying, I don't know if it's going to work because I haven't tried it yet, the same crystal clear gallery glass. I want to start putting it through its paces, similar to what I've done with the gloss varnish. So I want to test it with, like, obviously, I mean, I did it in the video, I tested it with glitter. So we know it works with glitter, but does it work with mica powder? Does it work with resin dyes? Does it work with acrylic paint? Does it work with, you know, anything? Like, I want to put it through its paces and find out what exactly, you know, what else can we do with it? Is because I always want to push the boundaries to what these mediums can do, because I think there's more. And it's interesting because when I did look online, and I was looking at all the other options of colors, they do have options for a sparkly glitter gallery glass. They do have options for obviously metallic. I think that's pretty typical for paint. They did have, I want to, they call it iridescent. So I'm assuming it's kind of that, you know, color shifting kind of thing, but I don't have it, so I don't know. I almost bought it, but it was going to cost me like $25 for one bottle for the same size. And I was like, yeah, probably shouldn't do that. I'll try to get it from the US when my cousin comes. But so I think we could take this and potentially mix it with some of the same mediums that we mix our gloss varnish with and maybe get similar effects. Then we don't have to necessarily buy all the fancier ones. I mean, we can, to make life easier, but to also know that we don't have to is good to know. So, and that's another thing I want to do soon. Yay, that'd be great. Awesome. Kathy says, I'm like you, I like to have them all. I ended up getting many more. Yeah. You know what, Kathy, it honestly, the love of, I think it's it's the crafter side and the love of all things, you know, fun and interesting and beautiful and creative, that, you know, it doesn't matter how you label yourself as a crafter or as a artist or as a whatever, a painter, a sculptor. I think it's just something we all love in terms of just, for me, like I said, for me, my kids already know my favorite place to walk into is art stores and Michael's, because I walk in and I'm just mesmerized by all the colors. Like, I walked into any aisle, especially the paint aisles and the glitter aisle and things, like even the scrapbook paper aisle, because all the colors are there and I'm just like, oh, if I could own them all. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen, I may have shown it in like the background of some of my photos on Instagram, but I have like a wall of where all my glitters are and things like that. And it's all in rainbow order because I love just being able to look at it and be inspired by looking at all those colors. And it just gives me that excitement. And so, like I said, when I see, you know, that there's a lot of options for colors, I do want to eventually own them all. That's eventually my goal. But yeah, I think that's as an artist, crafter, creator, I think that's something a lot of us share. So, and see, Joanne, same. Joanne owns all of Pebeo colors as well. Exactly. And yeah, I don't know if if there are more outside of Canada, because I own all the ones that are available in Canada for sure. But yeah, it's just, if you feel, it makes you feel like you know, nothing is going to stop you from being able to create your best work when you have all the colors at your disposal. So like I said, no, and I know that I could paint, I could mix and create my colors, but you know, I love glitter. It's me too. It's super sparkly. I haven't done as much of it lately, especially with the silhouettes, but I think that has to change as we get into Christmas time. The videos are going to get sparklier and sparklier as we keep going. I saw that I did something here, and I'm trying to figure out where I did it. I dropped a color in another color. I don't know where it is now. I lost it. Oh well. Oh, here. A little bit of the orange got in the yellow there. Not that I think it's going to make a huge difference, but see, you guys are my people. But all right, let's continue before this paint starts to dry. Okay, so we did that. So we have that. I'm going to put a darker pink there. I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the lighter pink here, and the darker pink here, lighter pink here, darker pink here. Okay, we're going to start alternating. Excuse me. Sorry. Too much talking. So I actually have a question for you guys. I know quite a few of my members are here as well, so perfect. Members, we're also doing a live stream tomorrow. It looks like I think all the votes went towards tomorrow. So tomorrow night we're doing this again. But something else, probably. I don't know. I haven't decided what we're doing tomorrow. But wait, did I mess it up? Maybe. No, it's fine. Tomorrow, oh, so wait, what do I lost my train. Oh, no. So my question was, I know we do a lot of these painting live streams, which I still love and I will continue to do because I think it's fun for me and I think it's fun for you guys and we get to talk about art and it's really fun. But I was also thinking that a lot of my days right now are spent with filling the acrylic orders, which again, I love. It's just another different part of the process. I can't do a whole lot when I'm cutting with the machine because the machine's a bit noisy, so I can't really do a whole lot during that time. But when I'm like kind of prepping them after they've been cut. Oh, I think, Pam, we're all kind of, I mean, at least for me, I can say I'm also somewhat on a budget. I know it doesn't seem that way because, you know, I tend to ramp up pretty fast with things. But, you know, for example, the Pebeo paints, I started out exactly how I talked to Kathy, is where I kind of started out with like a dozen colors, like 12 colors. And I picked kind of the most unique colors that I think would kind of cover all the bases, and I could kind of mix together to get other colors to start. But it literally, as soon as I started working with it, I'm like, okay, the next time I'm going to place an order, I'm going to buy like another 3 or 4. And the next time I order, which is another few weeks away, I'll buy 3 or 4. So it ramps up pretty fast. But yeah, no, I think, and actually, you know, over the last few years, not with Pebeo to some degree too, but with a lot of the other things, especially the glitter, I have still the affiliation with Larissy, that, you know, they were just sending me glitter all the time. So it was, you know, I mean, they have hundreds, so I definitely don't have their whole collection, but I definitely have covered almost every color option that they have. So I have been lucky in that sense that some companies have sent me some of their colors, but definitely not like Pebeo. They sent me some other things with the outliners and stuff like that, because that's what I was mostly doing at the time. But the glass paints, all I purchased myself. The gallery glass, I've all purchased myself. So, I mean, it's a balance for me. I have some things that I purchased at a pocket and some things have been given to me. And I love it all. I just love creating with all of it. And I try to mix and match and experiment with everything as much as possible. So, all right, let's keep moving because it's already, oh my gosh, it's almost 9 o'clock. Okay, let's hurry up because I thought I was going to be done by 9, but let's see if we can get 30 more minutes. Whoever can stay with me for another 30 minutes, we're going to try to speed run the rest of this because I'm chatting and not painting. So, all right. Okay, so we have that. And I don't know if I like what I did just now, but that's okay. It's fine. Thinking. Hold on. I'm wondering if I want to take this back out. And I think I'm going to try a blend and see what happens. Because as we're testing, why not? So I'll take it back out. And I'm going to try to do a bit of a color blend in there and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to leave that. And then we're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to put some paint in here because we're going to color blend. Maybe. Okay, what else? And we'll color blend this one because, again, we need balance. So we're going to do that up here as well. And probably this one here. Okay, so. And I'll do a solid here. Okay. Yep. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Kathy. All right. So going darker. So we have our orange. Oh, slowing down, I can tell. All right, orange, yellow, and we're gonna go with, and we can do some of the pink still. And we're gonna go a little bit of holiday berry, just to see what happens. So 4 colors now. We won't be going this complex in the video because, at least not for the swatch video, because that's going to be difficult to manage. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we will. Okay, so it's still looking pretty orange. Let's do a bit more. Let's do a bit more pink. Okay, is it looking any different yet? Everything looks orange. Okay, this is looking somewhat darker. Just for dramatic effect, I'm going to add more of the holiday berry, just so that something does look, you know, has some significance in the difference. I mean, I think as it's drying, you're starting to see maybe how the colors are a little different. But, okay, so we can tell that's different now, right? I think we can. Okay. No. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we'll do the solid here. All right, well, okay, so we'll do this first, and then I think for the swirly areas, I'm going to add even more. Oh, what's the time where you are, Deanne? I forgot. You said you're in, was it Wisconsin? I can't remember. So you must be 3 hours behind, right? As well. Okay, cool. All right, nice. So that's awesome. So that means you guys are cool with hanging out. I probably will have to stop around 9:30, so just because I have kids that have school in the morning. So I will try to work a little faster. All right, so we're gonna fill these in, and like I said, for the swirly ones, the ones we're gonna try to mix, I'm gonna make the color a little darker, so then, let me think about that, hold on. I should have kept some of that original color. I know I put it in there, but I probably should have kept some separate, and that would have been a little better. Okay, well, we live and learn. We'll figure it out. It's all an experiment right now. But if you did do this, and like I said, how I made quite a bit of the paint here, mixed it. If you threw this into a bottle, it would definitely be faster too. So, and it does seem to clean up pretty well in terms of like needing to wash it out of, if you need to wash it out of a container, like a plastic container, it does seem to clean up pretty well. Kathy, the Pebeo paints are solvent based, so water won't wash them, just so you know. I think I've mentioned it. I think I've mentioned it in some videos, but just so you know, you'll need to get something. I mean, I use like isopropyl alcohol. I have like a 95% or something, and that seems to work. 99%, it seems to work for the most part, but I also use brushes, like these cheaper brushes that I get from Amazon. I get like 50 in a pack. And so if the brush gets damaged because I can't clean it properly, I'm not sad about it. So don't buy super expensive brushes if you're using the Pebeo paints, unless you get, I don't know if it's mineral spirits. There's something that for solvent-based cleaning that you can use, just so you know. Yeah, don't use super expensive brushes on it because it's not really needed, for one, and two, like I said, it just wastes your money, really. So, okay, so yeah, now I kind of wish I left a spot up here. You know what? I'll do that up here then. I kind of want this to be that color. So we'll do that. Yeah, balancing the color, like the color balance across the piece is really important to me. I'm sure you guys have noticed that already. Yeah, the isopropyl alcohol will work, Kathy, to some degree. Like it's limited, like it's enough to kind of clean up things and stuff like that. Okay, okay, so you're covered. You have mineral spurs too. So it does clean it, but it's kind of limited. Like your brush won't be, you'll clean it and it'll be fine, but it won't be as soft as like when you first started using the brush. And again, for me, that's not too much of an issue, but if you have mineral spirits, that probably would work even better. Okay, let's do what? Do I keep this? I keep this. Just gonna start another one. And we're gonna go even darker. So this sky might end up red. That's all I'm saying. The way things are going, it might end up red. Okay, so we'll do a bit more. Oh, it's stuck again. It doesn't want to do anymore. All right, and yellow. And we're gonna skip the pink this time and go straight to Holly Berry and add lots and see what happens, because it's wild now. So you can definitely see how that color is darker now, right? So this is going to be a lot darker than some of the other colors that we've been working with. You can kind of see the difference there. Okay, so we're gonna put this, I've got two spots here. I want to put the solid color in, and then all right, solid color in. Okay, I think those are the last spots. All right, and then what I want to do here is I'm gonna just put kind of blobs around, and I probably should have done this with the other color, but I can't anymore. I don't want to mix any more of it. Okay, so we're just gonna put our blobs, and then we're gonna put blobs of this other color, and we're gonna see if anything happens. I mean, who knows? I mean, it doesn't look that much different, to be honest, but there's so much more of the holiday berry in here that it should be different, but who knows? Okay, so we did that. And we're going to do something similar like this to the water, but maybe with the colors straight out of the bottle, just so we can see what we get with that. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so everything, all the sky stuff has color. All right, so there we go. Oh, and we got pink in the yellow. Not great, but fine. So just mix that back around. It's already starting to dry a little bit, even though I know it's going to take 24 hours to dry. It starts to build like a skin on top of the And like I said, I need also to test doing thinner as well, and see maybe the transparency is amazing when it's thinner. So, all right. So there we go. So we have our blobs. I don't know if you guys can even tell those are blobs, but we'll see when they dry if they look like blobs or not. All right. So let's do our rocks. So for the rocks, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go with this dark brown, and I'm going to do some texturing with the black, I think. Like, I don't really think we need to do a whole lot with that. I mean, you could do a lot more. I think it's fine. You could do like a lot more in terms of like adding texture and designs and stuff. But for the sake of today, let's just do something like this. I could actually do, I'm going to add in some of the black kind of mixed in on top, but then I want to kind of shadow it a little bit. See, I don't know. It may not work, but we'll see. So you can see how much, well, until it gets stopped, you can see how much faster the, it's plugged, how much faster it is with the nozzle. Okay, so let's try the black. So I think what we'll do, and again, this black is so gray that you wouldn't really realize that it's black if you just were looking at it. So we'll just add some texture. Can you guys see that? Or should I push it up a bit? Move all my cups out of the way. Ooh, there, get it out of the glare. So you can kind of see what can you see it? Is it clear? There. You can kind of see what I did there. And it's all kind of layered, so. And I could probably go back in with the maybe again, but I think we're just gonna try this. Let's see how it goes. we'll see. Like I was saying, from my past experience with gallery glass this will not mix. Like, you know how some paints you put them next to each other and they kind of start blending into each other? Gallery glass doesn't do that from my experience. It will literally stay like this, and that's how it'll dry. And then which again is cool, knowing that if you know that, to be able to create certain effects with the paint, because you know it's not going to shift. So now whatever I've done here is pretty much probably what it's going to look like. So, okay, so for the water, we have royal blue. Oh, you guys can't see it. Royal blue, diamond blue, sorry, blue diamond, turquoise. I do have a dark purple, but I don't think we're going to use that. And aqua. So these are the colors. I think we're definitely going to go with some of the darker blue. I kind of want to even have a darker blue, but like, I mean, technically, okay, so technically, I should be reflecting what's in the sky in the water, but we're not going to do that today. Just so you know. Because artistically, that's probably, I mean, even just in the world, like in reality, that's what would be happening. But it's stained glass. We're going to do our own thing. Okay, so I do want to use, so maybe, okay, so we're going to use the, let's see what the colors look like. I do like the turquoise a lot. So maybe we use these three colors. And then somebody was asking me, Dan, I think you were asking me if we're going to use white to kind of add a shine to the top. So we have white as well. Okay, so let's see. So we're going to start with the darkest color, and we'll put that at the bottom of the, put that at the bottom of the water, like so. And we'll just kind of add some ripply bits in there. Okay. I feel like I need to go back and fix these corners, so I might do that too. Yeah, Pam, it's like a it's, I wanted to say like Christmas morning, but we'll see if it looks good or not. It'll be interesting to see how this all works itself out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with our brush and check all the corners and make sure that we don't have any weird air pockets. Sorry, you see the top of my head, you can't see anything else. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna try to make sure. I mean, the last time I did the poppies, I didn't really do this for the stems, and that's why we ended up with some air pockets. So I'm gonna try to avoid that this time. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to use a turquoise, I think. As this is the second color here. And I'm layering them over each other. I have no idea what's going to happen when I layer them over each other, which is also what I did here. So, oh, I'm getting to that point again where this one's going to be stuck. Okay. Okay. That, and there. Okay. And I could do the aqua for the highlight, okay, we're going to try both. We'll do an aqua highlight. Let's see, maybe on this big one. We'll just, oh my gosh. Okay, we'll add some aqua. You know what, we'll just add a bits here, kind of over everything. Like so, like so, and like so. And then we'll do a little bit of white on the top of everything. And this is going to be the thing that's going to be most interesting to see how everything kind of blended and what actually happened. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. See, like even here, the colors are kind of touching each other, so we'll see. I think it's gonna look cool actually. And like I said, if you wanted to be more realistic with this, you could have the highlights actually be somewhat reflective of what's happening in the sky. Right? So you could have highlights of orange or yellow in the water as well. So here we go. I do want to fix that one corner. This one here I want to fix. Just put a bit more there. I like how that's looking. Yeah, I think so. I'm hoping it looks really cool. I think that looks neat. I like it. Okay, let's get that corner all in place. I think, there we go. Sorry guys, I keep sticking my head over it. All right, so everything is done there. Oh, weird bubble here. Okay, done there. So let's do the border. Let's pick, you want to try to just do black maybe for the border? No, I don't want to do black because the acrylic's black. Why would I want to do that? Maybe just a blue. We'll go with a dark blue. Yeah, I think maybe we do something like the blue. Wait, did I use the darkest blue or did I use this blue? No, I don't think I used that one. Okay, this one. I gotta say, because there's another blue here, which is kind of cool, but I don't think we used it. What do you guys think? Blue? In agreement? Or do you think we should use a different color for our edges? This is actually looking kind of neat. I'm really curious what's going to happen with these darker colors over here. It's probably going to end up being super dark. Yeah, they do. So we'll see what happens. But again, this is all part of the experiments, right? Like if we know that we can do this with the gallery glass, then, you know, if you have interesting things of texture that you want to add to your piece, and let's say your preference is using the Pebeo paints, but knowing that if you need texture, you can add it this way. And again, that obviously that gives you a reason to, you know, I was going to say have both, but I mean, that's just spending all your money. So, but you can have some of both or have the Pebeo colors if that's your preference. And then, like I said, we're going to talk about this crystal clear and what we can do with it, because it will give you the texture, right? Compared to the gloss varnish will not give you texture. It's because that's going to dry flat. The crystal clear gallery glass is going to give you texture. So that's what we need to test. So this way, let's say you're using the Pebeo paints, but you wanted texture on these rocks. This might be able to work if we figure out what we can mix with it to get the colors that we want. So you'd only have to, if that works, and again, you don't want to own the entire gallery glass line, maybe just have to buy this one. Maybe. No promises yet because I need to test it, but that's my theory. So we'll see. I can't remember. Was this blue starting to die? Okay, let's do the blue. We could probably do 2 colors of blue because we have some spaces. And again, I mentioned earlier, so this piece actually broke. Which is why I'm using it as a test piece. I was putting it on the clear backer and I accidentally tried to reposition it and I end up breaking the corner here. So two things is going to happen from that. One, it became my sample piece, which is what I'm using for the video. And two, I'm probably going to be thickening the border on this piece for future orders, so that it minimizes that happening. Really, it's a me problem because I was being too rough with it. I kind of didn't anticipate that was going to happen because I had none of the other ones have broken so far, like since I've been using the clear acrylic, but I did make a mistake on this one. So we're using it as our test piece, and you know, like I said, I'm going to be thickening the border on that. All right, so blue. Perfect. Okay. The blue. Yeah, and I think we'll do the blue, and I think we're gonna do another color in here. So maybe we didn't use the aqua, so I don't really, did we use the aqua? Yeah, we did. So maybe I use the aqua in some of the smaller points just to kind of highlight it. So anyway, so let's try this. So yeah, again, the gallery glass is a little bit more forgiving for things like that. So you're going to notice it's probably not going to leak out, even though this is slightly open here, because it's thicker. The Pebeo is thinner, so it has a higher chance it would leak through here. Not the end of the world. You can easily just wait for that to kind of dry or do something to kind of, you know, tape it or something to hold it in place. And then once the Pebeo is dry, you're fine. But just so you know. Should I just do all the different blues? Let's just do all the different blues. Why not? Let's do the darkest blue in the biggest areas as well as some other corners and things. Let's do here. Here. All right, so there we go. Boop. We have that. We'll do the aqua in the tiny spots, just as like a little highlight. And do here as well. Here. And here. And we'll pick here. We'll give it one big spot, I think. Maybe another big spot? No, maybe not. I don't know. Should I? Maybe this one. Oh, I got paint on my face. All right, thanks, Dan. Thank you so much. We're going to be done here in a couple minutes anyway. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will hopefully do this again very soon. Take care. Have a good night. All right, so we have, okay, I used the Royal. This is the blue diamond. Actually, I want to use the turquoise as well. So let's get some of that in here. And here. And here. And here. And where else? Here. And I feel like we need to do it here as well. Okay. That. And we will do the rest with the blue diamond. I think that's the only one we haven't used yet, actually. So this one might be a little different than the rest, but it's cool. There we go. I think we're done. Got some little air bubbles. We'll try to get rid of those guys. I can't see. Is that? I think that was royal, right? So there we go. Joanna was eating. She ate with her earbuds. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, my camera's all, I think I knocked it and now it's off angle. Okay. Anyways, what do you guys think? I think this will be interesting. I want to do a thing, and I hope I don't mess anything up. So here I have, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I just kind of dotted everything. I'm going to just do a swirl. I feel like I need to just swirl it a little bit. So we're going to swirl it up a little. I mean, that's probably not going to help our case, that not really noticing the difference between them. But anyways, so there, we did a little bit of swirling and we got all those done. Oh, we didn't do this. I missed it. Okay, so the windows we'll do crystal clear. I can't believe I missed them. So we'll do those in the crystal clear. And that's it. I think we're good. How long do you wait before peeling off the paper from your black frame? Excuse me. For the poppies, I did it the next day. So I think it was... So with these, with the gallery glass, with the poppies, I did not have any issues peeling off the paper, even after it was dry. With the resin, remember I was warning you guys to be careful about flooding it too much, because then it might be an issue peeling the paper off. I didn't have that issue here with the gallery glass. So I'm fine here to wait for it to fully dry, but most likely I'm gonna, probably tomorrow afternoon, after it's been slightly more than... Oh, hi. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cheryl. I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, but definitely you can watch the replay. That's not a problem at all. And I hope to do another one soon, so hopefully you'll feel better for that one. But the replay is here for you. No worries at all. I hope you feel better. But yeah, so in terms of paper, I will just wait till tomorrow so that it's like probably 3/4 of the way dry, if not more than that. And I'll probably feel fine to pull the paper. The only, my only concern is that I don't like peeling the paper before everything is dry, because just in case I stick my thumb, while trying to pick the paper off, stick my thumb into something and then I ruin the whole thing. So I generally will still want to wait till it's fully dry. But I mean, it's up to you guys. Anyways, I think that's it for tonight. It is almost 9:30 here, so my kids have to get ready for bed. But thank you guys so much for being here. Anybody who missed it, feel free to come back and watch the replay. I do hope to be doing more public lives soon. Oh, the thing I was going to ask you guys, and I completely forgot, but like I said, we do mostly these painting streams. I do want to consider maybe doing streams where, I'm packaging orders and I'm just here chatting with you guys. There's a lot of processes when I package my order, like from the time this acrylic gets cut to how I actually assemble them. And then I have to poke out all the extra pieces, and then I have to assemble the ones that want to be attached to the acrylic backers, all that kind of stuff. And then I put them in little bags and I have those stickers. So there's a lot of processes that I'm doing, which, you know, isn't interesting, but it allows me to maybe be here more to chat with you guys. So that would just be like a daytime live stream. If anybody's interested in watching, I might try to do one of those in the next week or two. And it will probably just be something that I'm like, hey, I'm going to go live because I'm working on some orders today. So anyway, let me know if that's something that anybody thinks would be interesting, or just, you know, a way to kind of hang out during the day. You know, like not necessarily teaching anything, but maybe just, you know, sitting around and chatting. So anyway, let me know. You can let me know in the comments too if you know, if you, what you think about it. So I just was thinking in this way I don't have to feel like I have to have a need to have a specialized thing set up for a live. I mean, sometimes we can just chat while I'm getting other things done. So, and yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Members, I will see you tomorrow night. We will be doing something else tomorrow night, 7:30 as well. And yeah, take care, guys. Bye.